Cal, Dominique said that you don't have to prove you can beat a good team. Is that something that you think about?
Well, I'm glad he's thinking in those terms because, this schedule that we've played is top-heavy to this point. And, there were games that we won that are good wins for us, but they're not a team that's in the top 5 or top 10. So, how many opportunities we have at games like that, how many are we going to have from here on in? You're just not having that many opportunities. And again, for us, this game for us, we got to look like a team. We got to play with more energy. When the adversity hits, we got to respond. Those are 3 things. The winning will take care of itself. If we look more like a team, if we play with more energy, and when adversity hits, we respond to it in a positive way. We haven't to this point in the season, but, that's where we're going.
When you say positive way, can you elaborate on how you want them to
Well, the
respond?
body language. Stuff happens in a game. You can't worry about officiating. Forget about it. You don't control it. A bad bounce of the ball, a turnover at times, which is a good play. You made the right play and you missed a shot. So what? They come down and make 2 bomb threes. One of them banks in. So what? Just play. All that other stuff is clutter. Just play. Compete. Battle. You don't know whether you're winning or losing till you do. So don't worry about that. Just play. And we still have a lot of clutter, but we're getting better. I mean, my team's getting better.
You said, you're going to face all year 6-foot-tall guard and this little speedy guy that's going to try to go by you. This is a backcourt full of them. How much a challenge for your bigger guards?
It's going to be hard. I mean, they not only they play in 4th and 5th gear. Here they come. So if you stop at any point, it's like, oh my gosh, you stopped playing. It is really evident. But they run good stuff. I mean, they're well coached. They play hard. If they see weakness, they see blood, they're coming. Here they come. And they're a good team. They're where they should be ranked. They're a top 5 team.
How do you keep the younger guys from getting into that frenetic pace that they were going to try to set?
Well, we try to play that way. I'm trying to get us to play that way. It's amazing. Play fast. Push it. Go. And their nature and habits are to pull back, to stand up, to mess with the ball. It's easier than really, bang, here I come. Well, I can only do that for about 2 minutes at a time. Sub yourself. So we're still learning that.
The game with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins got really physical early. You worry about the guys getting caught up too much in the rivalry, the atmosphere that's going to be there?
That's an issue that both teams will have. So we'll deal with it when the game starts.
Cal, Rick's always been good at taking away your best option, and they double team a lot in the post. If they do all that stuff with Julius, what responsibilities to put on the other guys?
Well, they're playing zone. So they play zone the way they're playing zone. Now, they may go through with a cutter, but the reality of it, it's a zone. So, you've got to attack it. They're aggressive with it. Occasionally, they'll flip into a man-to-man, but they're switching and they're trying to keep their big guy in. They don't want to put him in pick and rolls because he's not real good in pick and rolls. But both of us are doing the same thing. We're trying to figure out what's the best way for us to play each other, how they're going to play us and how we're going to play them. So,
I think 9 guys averaging at least 17 minutes. Is that sort of what you envisioned going into the season, your bench being, and how close are you to feeling?
Our bench has helped us, and there are times it hasn't. When you talk about their bench, 2 of them are starters from a year ago. They're not starting anymore. Maybe a third guy that played minutes last year. So you're talking about a veteran group of guys coming off the bench. We're still young. 2 of our guys coming off the bench would be freshmen, maybe 3. So it's a little different. And when you're talking about having a veteran team, you don't have to be on the court as much because you already know how to play together. So now it becomes just managing minutes. But when you're trying to teach a team to play together, you got to keep units together so that they, get some sort of synergy going.
When you talk about trying to get Alex to carry over the way he's practiced into the game, do you think about shaking things up, starting him?
No, he's fine. He's fine. He was good again in practice yesterday. He just got to carry it over to a game. He's playing well. Playing well as he's ever played here.
How big is rebounding, John?
Big. They're a good offensive rebounding team, and so are we. That'll be one of those battles.
John, people make a lot about the Rick has guys 3- and 4-year guys where you got guys obviously who left early. But I mean, you won it 2 years ago, he won it last year. Is it just that there's 100 different ways to build a team? 100
different ways of coaching, 100 different ways of playing, how you approach this. I mean, we've had 4-year guys too. We've had 3-year guys, but we've also had guys that have been 1-year guys. And the good news is our guys have gone to the league and done well. Terrence Jones and I talked yesterday, and I said, you got 21 and 14 and 3 blocks, and you weren't on the ticker. And you said I held you back. That's what I said to him. So, he laughed, but I'm proud of what we've been able to do here for the players. I'm proud of what we've been able to do for the program. But there's all kind of ways of doing this, and everybody knows I'm not into this one and done stuff. I don't like it, but I'm not going to hold players back. I'm not going to. When it's time for them to leave, then the rules are the rules, and we play by them.
John, you mentioned that there are only so many opportunities to play a top 10 team and make a statement, it sounds like you're saying. Is that an NCAA tournament resume sort of opportunity that
It's too early to even start talking about that, and this game is not, it's only a big game if we win. If not, it was the next game, move on. If we win, it was a huge game. But other than that, no.
But, I mean, you are 0-3 against ranked teams.
And they're all top 10 teams. It's pretty hard to beat those guys.
But
And obviously, we're not. We were with 3 minutes to go in all those games. It's a 1-point game, and we're right there. We're not ready to win those games yet. This team in February is not going to be what it is right now. Guys will get it. It's like I like this team, but we're still we're not what everybody said we were to start, and I said it. This is a team game. It's not a collection. It's a team game. And we weren't the kind of team. We're only now beginning to be that kind of team. We'll see where we are against the top opponent. I mean, we'll see. And we'll figure out from there where we got to go. Are we farther along than we thought? Maybe. Are we behind where we thought? Maybe. When you're talking about a team like this, it's more or less the progress, and you just take steps along the way.
How much are you looking, or I guess enjoying this past week and looking forward to practice time without the games and just getting the guys in there?
It's been good. A lot of time together. A lot of time for them to be together. They start becoming more of a team because they're together so much. We're together 3-4 times a day now. Even now, today we'll be together 3 or 4 times. Yesterday was, from a breakfast meal together, from a practice in the morning to go back to take a nap, come back and practice, to dinner together, and a meeting last night. They're together all day now. They did well academically. They had another 3.0 B average, and they work hard in the class. They're in classes, and they have to do their thing, and they're doing it. So now that's all shut down. Now we are a basketball team, and we're worried about getting better as basketball players and coming together as a team.
What's your impression of Montrezl Harrell? What stands out to you about him?
Just so active, really a good player. So active, goes after every ball, accepts his role. I mean, and the one thing with what Louisville does best is the 2 guys that take all the shots, the 2 guards. The other guys that's supposed to shoot threes do it. The rebounders rebound. The screeners screen. The posts play behind, and they go rebound. They are, collectively, they know what their roles are. He knows what his role is. The guy on our team that does his role better than anybody else is Dominique. Does what this team needs him to do, he does. And so we're trying now to get everybody else to understand, do you know what you have to do to help our team become better? So we're still working on that with our team, but he does it for them. You know, their two guards shoot most of the balls. Just how it is. They take 60 shots, those two are taking nearly 40. The rest of you take a few shots here and there, go rebound that ball. And they do it. They do it, and they do it well. What?
How was Willie's role of all of this?
He's been great. He's been great. He's got a great presence about him. He's getting better offensively. You know, people forget, and I said this before, Anthony Davis had no post game at the beginning of the year, and we never went to him except if it was a dunk. By the end of the year, we were throwing him the ball in the post, and he was confident. It takes time. It's taken time for Willie. Willie was playing football, dodgeball, tennis, kickball. I went in, they played kickball one day. I'm like, you ever play basketball? I never see you with it. He's now zeroed in on the basketball, and he's showing it. He's getting better. Thanks, guys.
Let's get you on his way.